17. They give to Taylor out of the gun.
And he's heating up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call run.
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown.
Jonathan Taylor with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Colts get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he returns this to the 22.
So now here are the Broncos for their first drive of the game. And a look here now at their 4th-year quarterback.
Brandon, I don't know about you, but when I heard he threw 5 touchdown passes last week, I thought, well, he's going to be the AFC Offensive Player of the Week. I didn't need to hear any other stats, and it turned out to be right.
That's exactly right. It seemed like every time we turned around, he was throwing one in the end zone. But he doubled down. He said, I see 5 more in this game. Challenge accepted.
Challenge.
2nd down and 6 now from the 26.
Looking to throw. Dillard. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And they worked this well upfield across the 45. On 1st down, Dillard. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. He's been a one-man wrecking crew these last couple of plays. This time 18 more and a 1st down. Back to throw. Dillard. And he'll be brought down by the Colts.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Operating from the gun. Dillard. Finding Walker, complete. And they'll get him to the ground, and he has another 1st down at the Colts 16. A very solid gain of 27.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Looking to throw. Dillard. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
And the Broncos are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
1st and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back.
Out right to Smith and Jigba.
Ineligible receiver downfield. Offense.
Mike McGlinchey, the Notre Dame man, guilty on that one.
Still 1st down.
Ready.
On 1st and 10, Dillard. There's a nice move. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We've got one of those big blockers in some discomfort.
From the 3-yard line once more. Now here's 3rd and goal. Oh, how about this call down near the goal line? And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score.
Jerry Jeudy
with touchdown number 12 on the year.
And the Broncos are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own.
Extra point right down the middle, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
And no return here for White. It'll be a touchback.
2nd drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. And partner, let me make a quick pivot here. Season winding down. They're number 32 in offense this year. The last in the league. Where do they go?
Anywhere and everywhere. But they have to do it with a plan. And I think about Atlanta a bunch of years ago. They decided they wanted to get what they thought was going to be a franchise quarterback, and indeed he is, Matt Ryan. But they had to supplement it. They went free agency, got a running back, came back and traded back into the first round in the same draft to get a left tackle to protect him. Really supplemented that pick, complemented that pick, and went to the playoffs the very next year.
Well, maybe they can use that and carbon copy it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
66 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before.
A throw for Pittman is intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain.
And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
Ready.
Off the play fake. Dillard.
Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down. You look at this Colt defense.
They've had their trouble stopping the run, Charles. Currently 29th in the NFL in that department.
And stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out, being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground.
Ready, ready.
On fourth down, Dillard. There he goes, left side. And all the way home for a Broncos score.
Christian Watson,
47 yards.
and the Broncos' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away.
And no return here for White. It'll be a touchback.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, the goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
Start of the second quarter, and it's the Colts in possession, as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up.
And now they'll shift things around.
2nd and 6. And the Broncos get there and take him down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. A tough spot here. 3rd and 15.
He'll look to throw.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted.
And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. Now for the point after. It's good, and it is now 21-7. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And no return here for White. It'll be a touchback. Colts taking the field again. Running back Jonathan Taylor at center stage.
And I'm wondering if maybe they don't go away from him on this drive a little bit. He's been great, but they haven't scored a lot of points.
I think they still have to show him as a threat. Make sure he touches it a few times. But as you pointed out, Use him as a decoy a little bit and get the ball in the hands of some other people in order to put more points on the board. He's done a really nice job of establishing them with his running.
Yeah, he's established himself well. Now can they put more points up? Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
And now a stoppage. It looks like we have a Colt who was shaken up on that last play. Well, week 18, this is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy, but the medical staff is going to have to take a look here, and we'll step aside.
Airing it deep for Fowler. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. It's just a 30-yard punt that time, no return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10.
And the football going back over to the Denver Broncos. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, and right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started. The way that they're going about doing things right now, they've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
And movement by one of the Broncos up front, and in comes the flag.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
19 tight, 19 tight.
Back to throw. Dillard.
Well, that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Man in motion left, that's Smith and Jigba.
To throw on 2nd down. Dillard.
He finds Smith and Jigba.
And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. A big play there on the catch and run. And the Broncos are going to have a new set of downs. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown.
Jackson Smith and Jigba
from 8 yards out.
And the Broncos have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns.
Now the extra point. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. Just a 4-play drive that time.
And it was capped off by a Jackson Smith and Jigba touchdown catch.
The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away.
And no return here for White. It'll be a touchback.
As the Colts offense makes their way out, we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season. As this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look three weeks down the road. It's always right here, right now. Forget that. Think about what the playoffs are going to look like. The teams that we see that are already in, the teams that are trying to get in, we could have some great matchups.
2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And yeah, I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy.
23 yards the pickup there. They'll look to throw now on first down.
Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
Had an open man that time and ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely, just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet.
Panther 11, Panther 11.
Back to throw again. And his throw's going to be incomplete. This offense on third down today, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack.
That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect him. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10. Denver's offense ready to go again. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll go down at the 28. A huge play there for Denver. 43 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Off play action. Dillard. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
As defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback because you've really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case, unsuccessfully.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Colts are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line.
He's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down.
Now they'll change things around before the snap. 1st and 10, Taylor now.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. They'll look to throw here. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. He'll look to throw.
And the pressure gets there. He'll go down. It's a sack. And it is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning.
Matt Milano in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. The Colts send out their punter, standing just outside his own goal line. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here.
But not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to really build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting 1st downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going.
Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. And the Colts will take over possession here up at the 44. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. Now this is just the last thing you want to see in the final week of the regular season. We hope he's okay. We'll step aside and be right back.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down.
They'll set up the screen to Taylor.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back.
Let's go now. Ready.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And he's got it, complete to Fowler. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts first down.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here.
Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
Down several scores and playing behind the chains is not the way to have success in this one. Right now, if you're the offensive line, your big concern, protecting your quarterback, and give him a chance to try and throw something downfield to pick up the needed yardage.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw.
Throw out wide is incomplete. Good work by that Bronco defense, and it leads to a fourth down.
So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
The Broncos going to go on offense now late in this first half. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room.
The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Operating from the gun, Dillard. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down.
Here we go.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
On 3rd and 2, Dillard.
And that's going to be incomplete.
That might be the third down stop that they needed, because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. And he's going to be intercepted a third time.
Clark Phillips has got it.
And just shutting him off there. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. Extra point attempt to come here. It's up and good, and it's now 28-14. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go.
And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together.
Hey, smash Bronco. 70 Ranger, 70 Ranger.
Throwing after the interception. Dillard in trouble, and he's taken down. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call.
It's 2nd and 21.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Rig alert, rig alert. Ready.
A final shot before break. Dillard.
And that's too tall for his receiver. It's incomplete.
So we have come to halftime, and
only 30 minutes left in the regular season, and everybody's excited for the playoffs, so we're just going to forget the halftime show and get back to the football.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Colts pick it up. And this drive will start on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. So that's a solid.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before it's taken down.
The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18. Walker now on 1st and 10. He'll get this up to about the 44.
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
They'll let this go for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver.
Christian Watson.
2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Broncos add 6 to their lead.
Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away.
And no return here for Wright. It'll be a touchback.
Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring this.
And now off to the races, down the right side. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A gain of 32 that time. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give to Taylor.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd down and 7.
They're going to look to throw.
This will be swung out wide for Taylor.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great play there. 38 yards.
And the Colts are able to cut into that deficit.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead will be cut down to 14. 5 plays there on that drive. And it culminates in an Indianapolis touchdown.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Christian Watson and the rest of this offense back out now.
And the previous drive put him up over 1,000 yards for the season. So now it's what you like to refer to, my friend, as gravy time, right?
It is. I mean, he's done it, right? He's accomplished the goal. So the good players, they relax a little. They bask in it. They think this is, okay, we've done what we set out to do. The great players decide to push that number as high as they possibly can. I don't expect him to have any let up in his game the rest of the way.
Great thing if you're on the opposite side. He's such a weapon. He just opens things up for the other guys around him.
Yeah, if you're the opposite receiver, you should expect a few passes come your way, too, because I've got to get coverage in his direction.
Throwing on first down. Dillard. That pass complete to Moore. Touchdown! DJ Moore from 19 yards away. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. The call is to go for one and kick the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive.
And it concludes with a touchdown reception by DJ Moore.
The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away.
And no return here for White. It'll be a touchback.
The Colts now, their offense works their way back onto the field.
Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got them pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
And now an audible here into something else.
They'll flip this quickly out to Fowler. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And 3rd and 8 now. Now the old pass completion for no gain, not something you want to call up out of the playbook too often.
Yeah, most offensive coordinators don't have that on their play sheet, so they've got to go back and scramble after this one. But right now, with what they're telling receivers about making sure you take care of the ball in open field, sometimes the fighting for extra yardage doesn't come as a result. That and good tackling can lead to no yards gained.
He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. 31 yards on the punt there. And that will come the offense as they take over.
Christian Watson and the rest of this offense back out now.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Walker with it.
Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the 3rd.
The way things have gone in this one, the running game's been something of an afterthought, and that's not been too bad for them, has it?
Yeah, the offensive returns have been good, but I guess we figured he in the ground game would be a bit more involved. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So roughing the passer penalty, never one that you like to see.
Not at all, and especially when you're in that final push of the season. You can't afford to get your quarterback hurt before the playoffs roll around, and we know they'll be here before you know it.
Now here's a throw that's complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 10 more there and another first down.
Come 19!
31-yard line.
Off the play fake. Dillard. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick-6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the 3rd row.
And once again, this Colts defense stops him behind the line of scrimmage.
That is caught.
And all the way home for a Broncos score.
Jackson Smith and Jigba.
His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Broncos get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
The extra point up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And no return here for White. It'll be a touchback.
Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And he'll take this back down inside the 20. And I don't know that that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the 4th. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week, because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help him improve.
Ball resting on the 10-yard line. It's 2nd and 1.
Off the bootleg, Dillard. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up the 1st and goal. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart, because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Walker once more, and this time he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver.
Sometimes offense, if you get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away.
And no return here for White. It'll be a touchback. Indianapolis offense ready to go again. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter.
Here we go. Here we go.
They'll try and start this drive in the air.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Oh, they try a lateral on the return, and now the ball's loose.
And the Colts are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line.
So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
Here's a 2nd and 3 now from the 33.
They'll set up to throw. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Matt Milano getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. The Colts on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 10.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos will take over possession here up at the 44.
Come on.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44.
They'll run with Walker to begin the drive.
And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped him. Marked that down for a win.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field.
75 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on third down, we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball. You often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. He'll drop to throw.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Colts first down as he's able to get about 3 that time on 3rd and inches.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll look to throw again.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Looking to throw. Shifts by him. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
If he's their best threat on offense, use your #1 cover guy on defense. It doesn't matter about size.
They have had him locked up. That just his first catch of the game. Big reason why they're down.
19, Tiger, nice, go!
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line.
Ready, set.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And this crowd has certainly liked what they've seen. Their guys fully expected to win this one coming in, and they have not disappointed as they've got the big lead here in the 4th. And some pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. Back to Walker on 1st down.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
On 2nd down, it's Walker.
And he gets it down to the 32. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
To the right side, this is Walker.
And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Denver,
they finish off the regular season at 12 up and 5 down.
And now they'll await the final seeding for the playoffs ahead. Meanwhile, for the Colts,
they're going to kind of bottom out here.